What's going on, people? It's Hypnofist here. Just posting up a quick video for tomorrow's fight. Now, Wilder versus Fury. Me personally, I think Wilder is going to stop Fury viciously. I think it's going to be a vicious knockout. I don't see Fury beating him this time. I don't like his body language coming in, in the press conferences. Fury, if anyone knows Fury, one thing about Fury, he's the kind of person, he never lets someone one-up him when it comes to a verbal sparring, some sort of verbal sparring. And, I was a bit surprised in, the last press conference that, Wilder was able to get off on him. He was able to, Fury wasn't really, he wasn't really responsive. And I think it comes down to the fact that, camp hasn't gone as well as Fury likes. So I think there's some... Fury, there's been, I believe there's been issues in the camp. Now, there's been a couple of rumors flying around about, one about Fury's ankle. That one, maybe I'm not too sure. The one I'm a bit more concerned about, is the rumor that Tyson Fury hasn't been sparring because of the cut that he received in his last fight against Otto Wallin. Now, being that, cuts take a long time, a cut of that nature, it would take a long time to heal. So I don't see how he's been sparring or taking headshots, in sparring in camp with full-fledged heavyweights, So I think there is a bit of merit to that rumor that, Tyson Fury hasn't been sparring in camp in order to allow the injury to heal. If that's the case, which I think it is, I don't expect Fury to be too sharp in the ring tomorrow night. I think he's going to be, a little bit. His reactions are going to be a little bit off. He's not going to be in great shape in terms of his ability to anticipate shots. His timing. I think everything's going to be slightly off. And another thing is it's all American judges, so that's going to play into Wilder's hands anyway. Being that the fight's over on on his side of the street with Fox. I believe it's Fox tomorrow. Fox or Showtime. It's on that side of the street anyway. So, that makes me even less confident, of Fury getting a points decision. I think if it goes down to points, and even if Fury outboxes him, I think they'll still job him. I think he's going to get robbed on the cards. There's no way you're going to beat Wilder on the cards in America. Fury should have done it the last time. The fact that he hasn't got any British judges, and he seems to be happy about that, that's a bit surprising, I don't think it's going to go to the cards anyway. I think Tyson Fury is going to get absolutely chinned by Wilder. I think he's going to get flattened. I'd love to be proven wrong, being that he's a British fighter. I'm backing the British all the way, But I just don't see it. Me being the boxing fan that I am, and being someone of logic when it comes to understanding and analyze fighters, I think Fury's going to get chinned. I think Wilder's going to come in much better this time. I expect Wilder, as he has done in the past, to be more relaxed when he's done rematches. I'm talking about. I expect it to be more, much more relaxed. I expect his hands to flow a bit better. One thing that Wilder needs to do in the rematch, he needs to work like this. One thing about Wilder, he doesn't like to throw shots if he doesn't think he can land them. One thing. Another thing is he's just a low volume fighter in general. He relies too much on his KO power, and to some extent, Fury nullified that in the last fight. So that should be a wake-up call to Wilder that you can't rely on power all the time. You gotta work. You gotta have work rate in the ring. You can't. You're not gonna ever be able to chin everyone, even if you've got the kind of power Deontay does. But I think Deontay Wilder, I think he gets to him this time, and I have a sneaky feeling it's going to happen within the first 6 rounds. I'm thinking maybe 5, 6. I don't think Fury's going to, I think Fury's going to get caught with something, and he's going to go down viciously, like early in the fight. And I think, I'm backing Wilder this one, So I think Wilder wins. I just don't see how Fury's going to come in and beat. I don't see how he's going to beat Wilder. He hasn't got the judges on his side. He's going over to America again, and Deontay proved he can hurt Fury. This whole talk about, Fury's going to come in there and he's going to try and bully and knock out Wilder in 2 rounds. I think that's absolute nonsense. If you know Fury, watched him long enough as I have, he's a bit of a loony. He sort of says one thing and then 2 seconds later he'll do something else. And then another minute later he'll say something else. So you got to take Fury with a grain of salt, man. He's a bit all over the place in that regard. But, if he thinks that he's going to go in there and KO Wilder, I'll be shocked if he did. I honestly would. Fury, he's not a big puncher anyway. I mean, he hit Wilder in the last fight. He did actually buzz him. I think in the 12th round, he caught him with something that that seemed to wobble him a little bit. But Wilder can he grabbed Fury straight away. So he knows how to react when he's hurt. But I think Fury this time around, I think Fury's going to get knocked out. So I'm backing Deontay Wilder to win by a vicious KO, and I think it's going to go down like that. And I think this fight will do very good numbers, considering look, in terms of the UK audience, it is on at 5 o'clock in the morning. Obviously that doesn't really work for a lot of people, but the true hardcore fans are going to be up anyway. As we are every weekend, but I think the numbers will do. I think that it'll do decent numbers. I think there's a lot of people are anticipating it, especially now that it's come closer. I think a lot of people are, they really, this is a good fight. It is a good fight. Even though that it's not, it's 2 of the top 3 heavyweights. It's not Anthony Joshua, but Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, they can't be disregarded in terms of what their status is in the division. I think it's a very important fight, and it's going to prove a lot of things. One, about Wilder, it proves that if he does win, like how I think he is, like how I think he will, it proves that he is one of the best guys in the division, which is obvious anyway. But I'm just saying, in terms of when you're looking at the potential negotiations down the line against Anthony Joshua, it's a very interesting fight as well. Can what Fury do it again and try and beat Wilder on points in America? I don't see it happening, but hey, I'd love to be proven wrong, man. And if anyone can upset, is Fury. Fury is very unpredictable, man. You never know what you're gonna get out of him in the ring, and it makes it a little bit exciting in that regard. So that's my thoughts on it. It'll be a terrific fight regardless. I'm looking forward to it. I may even actually buy the pay-per-view, but let's see how it goes. I think Wilder by stoppage, and I think it's gonna go down. Wilder's gonna drop him like a ton of bricks. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Post up something in the comments if you think otherwise. If you have anything else to add, post something up in the comments as well. Let me know how you think it's gonna go. All right, peace.